All right, give it up. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? Here we are, Saturday Sit Down with your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, with some Mo news. That's right, some Mo news, M-O-U news that you can use. And here we are after the victory. Give it up. So today, after a huge, much needed win over the New York Giants, we have some things to talk about this morning. So today we're going to talk about some things. Number one, we're going to get into the three things that the Cowboys will need in order to overcome this future matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, we're going to talk about the injury list, which I call the sick and shut in. We're going to talk about that, who's on this sick and shut in and injury list. And also we're going to talk about a little bit about how Dak has made history. Yeah, Dak has made history. So with that being said, I want to say thank you to all those subscribers and all those that follow this channel. Again, without you guys and all our new subscribers, we have several new subscribers that are part of this channel. Big shout out to everybody that came on to our live show on last Wednesday. So I am just so excited to where we are today. We got some things coming up. We gave away some free gifts. I think some of you guys have received a portion of your gift. You have received your rags. I told you we have our rags in now. Check it out. Whoop, whoop, yeah. And you hit that barcode, that QR scan right there. It takes you to all our social media platforms. So we are giving out those. And we also gave out one of our signature mugs. Can you guys see that? Yeah. So this is what we do. Just to say thank you for your participation and support. We got some other things that we got coming up here also we're going to get into. But we're going to definitely help promote other small businesses and entrepreneurs and nonprofits as well. So we're going to have something set up where we will advertise your product or your business or whatever your nonprofit here on this channel. So we're working on that as well. So you guys stay tuned, man, because what you do for me, I have to return the favor. So that's where we are. So again, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday morning. It is my birthday weekend. Give it up. My birthday is on Monday, and I'm excited. People might say, well, oh man, you old, but it's okay. You know what? It's a blessing to be able to reach the age that I will be reaching on Monday. I lost a close friend on yesterday, and it's been a hard pill to swallow, but I have to do what I have to do. So y'all make sure y'all keep the Williams family, and that's her last name. Williams. Make sure you keep the Williams family in prayer during this their time of mourning. But I got to do what I have to do, and that's what I'm going to do, as I always do. She was a big supporter as what we do as well. So thank you and her family for supporting us as well. So let's get on into this. So again, like I said, there are some things that we need to talk about. When I say that, we have to definitely talk about what I had mentioned, those three things. But the thing before we do that, we have to go into this sick and shut in. Yeah, the sick and shut in is something that a lot of Baptist churches use. So I like to use it as well. But this is the injury list. So it's has been told right now, Cowboys lose 2 stars before the Steelers game. Come to find out, we have DeMarcus Lawrence. He's dealing with a foot sprain. And also, Michael Parsons is dealing with an ankle sprain. Yeah, that's where we are. So, not sure if they're going to be out of the game, but right now they are on the sick and shut in, and I'm sure they are rehabbing. The good thing about this is because we played on a Thursday night, that gives us extra days to prepare for the Steelers on next week. And I know what you guys are. People are saying, oh, the Steelers, they're 3-0. They're 3-0, and we understand that. But doesn't necessarily mean that we can't come up with some things to overcome the Steelers on next Sunday. So let's get off into this next one. Let's go into here. We got to get into Dak makes history. Now you might be asking, how did Dak make history? Well, according to Athlon Sports says Dak Prescott made NFL history in the Cowboys Giants game. Yeah. It's been reported that Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott had his way with the New York Giants again on Thursday as he joins the likes of Tom Brady and Steve Young in the record book. Prescott's 13th straight win over the Giants tied him with Brady and Young for the second longest winning streak against one team, according to the ESPN. Young won 13 straight against Los Angeles Rams between 87 and 1998, while Brady won 13 straight against the Buffalo Bills between 2003 and 2010. So let's give it up for Dak Prescott on his 13th win and owning the New York G-Men Giants. Give it up. Sneaky G, we own y'all, okay? I'm just letting you know we own y'all. Last year was worse. We think we beat y'all 40-0 last year, and then we beat y'all like 37-3 or something, 37-13 or something like that. And this past week we beat you 20-15. So, yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. As far as Dak. So yeah, give it up for Dak, man, and his ownership, with the New York Giants. Now, with that game that we saw on last week, it was a win. It's something. I mean, there were some things that I did like, and there were some things that I did not like. But how we went cold again in the second half. I mean, we just couldn't get the ball in the end zone again in the second half. But it just seems to be a problem. So not only that, we got to work on something about this cornerback position, which we know AO, that's what I'm going to call it. I cannot pronounce his last name. He did come in and basically get the interception, but there's still going to be a weakness with this defense. So it's some things that they're going to have to do. But before we get into these three things, but I do have video. I mean, I have audio of our guy. Let me get to it. Michael Parson. Michael Parson has a audio where he comment after the game of the Giants and Cowboys game. So I want you guys to get into this real quick, and let's hear what he had to say. And let's check it out. Let me do this here first. Okay, here we go. Let's see if you guys can hear this. But this is what Michael Parson had to say after the New York and Dallas game. Let's hear it. Check it out.
Separation. We let them drive a little bit, a couple momentum things, big plays that they were getting. When you do that, we need to rush better. We got to do a lot of things, but it was a good start. We're just not satisfied.
Yeah, we got one. This was a relief to get a win after everything you talked about the last 2 days.
Yeah, I told you, winning is important. It's hard to do in this league. So, edging out a 20-15 win, but it wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm done scraping by. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to scrape by no more. I want legit wins. I want to win consistently. And we got a tough matchup next week. Yeah, I'm going to try to get back for it.
They only had 1 yard to carry. Just what was different about the run defense?
Man, the mentality, right? Like I said, it's nothing, thing about football, yeah, they say it's X and O, but everything's about mentality. Resetting the line of scrimmage, toughness, dominating the man in front of you. That's all football's about. And everyone locked in on that. You know what I'm saying? I told you we came in Sunday, but I told you, flashing is good. Let's do it consistently. I mean, a team like that where there's a lot of chips, a lot of slides, a lot of running back help. The running backs, I don't even think he released for a route unless it was a screen. I mean, what I realized in this league, even the best get help. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll create a better plan for idea that I don't think we've seen a consistent running back, tight end help that much. Maybe chips on the outside, but I mean, I'm telling you, he was stepping up into B gaps, sliding our way. It was a good plan, but we got to create a better plan for it.
What was the difference in stopping the run tonight compared to the previous 2 weeks?
I'm in shout out Mozzie, man. Mozzie was dominant, bro. I mean, I told you Mozzie just keeps just getting better and better and better. I always tell him It starts and ends with him. And I told him, I said, this is how you're going to play. Make sure you get massage every week. I make sure a nice massage day. He's like, I need it. I was like, I got you. So I made sure, I said, I'm going to have a massage for you every week now.
What happened in the first half? You had a problem with
Which one?
your neck or something?
Yeah. Mozzie. That was him. I'm talking good about it. It almost took me out. You know what I'm saying? I collided with Mozzie. And I just had a quick sting, and I was like, damn. And the ref thought I was in concussion protocol. Yeah.
All right, let's give it up. Let's give it up for Michael Parsons. I can appreciate Michael Parsons' honesty, because that's exactly what he is. He's not satisfied. This is the thing. He is not satisfied with what has, with the win. He's basically what he's saying. It's more to do. We got to continue to play hard. Let's get out the mindset of basically saying that it's a win and we celebrating. So, another thing he said, winning is not hard in this league, and it's not. Winning is not. No one just actually rolls over and allow you to win the game. This is a strategy game. This is a league of strategies and planning, preparations. Emmitt Smith said it on the last interview, the audio that we heard of him. It says about preparation, and this is basically what Michael Parsons is talking about. It's not easy to win. No one is going to roll. I don't care if you play the worst team in the league. They're going to try to beat you. So with that being said, we know now that Michael Parsons is not satisfied. And that's the attitude that he must have. And I know a lot of people are saying, you got a lot of these channels or these broadcasters out there saying, I wish Michael would shut up. No, I don't want Michael to shut up, because this energy that he's bringing needs to be effective to everybody. It should be infective. It should be able to spread throughout the locker room, that no one should be satisfied. Yeah, it's a win, but I'm not satisfied, because like I said, there's 3 things that the Cowboys must do in order to win this next week game against the Steelers. Now, people said this, guys better be careful, because this is New York. They could beat y'all, and if they run the ball, they could beat. So there were some doubters out there. There was people, and myself, I said, yeah, we need to win this game. But at the same time, there was those that said, y'all better be careful. This New York Giant, they're going, Now that we got the win, now people are saying, well, it was only the Giants. Okay. But the uncertainty through the broadcasters out there and the sports channels out there, and all the rhetoric and all the things they had to say, that New York could win this game, and it was probably because we was in a unknown territory. We was uncertain about what we were going to look like, and this was a must-win game. But let me say this was the perfect game for us to test the waters, to make the adjustments that's needed, to get CeeDee Lamb involved, engaged early, to see Hunter Luepke contributing to the team, to see the kid, the adjustment at cornerback with AO. I cannot pronounce his name, but he knows who he is, the guy that made. So this was a perfect game to see how we would do after the 2 losses that we had before. So say what you want, say what you may. We'll take the win. We'll build from this win. But like Michael Parsons says, he said, they have to create a better plan moving forward. And this is so true. They're going to have to create a better plan, because the competition is going to be a lot harder. Competition is going to be a lot harder for our Dallas Cowboys. So again, I like the energy that Micah is bringing to the table. I really do. And for those that say Michael Parsons needs to shut up, no, he does not. Now we know that he's dealing with this ankle sprain, and the ankle sprain, and then DeMarcus Lawrence is dealing with the foot sprain. But again, we don't know what the outcome is going to be with that. But the thing about that is we have to continue to prepare for next week, regardless if they're there or not. And this is basically going to fall on our coaches. Now, what I did see with Zimmer held the New York Giants to 5 field goals. So this was a great game for the Giants to test out their new kicker. So this was a new kicker. They relied heavily on their kicker, which we understand. We've been there. We know what that's like. So again, big props. Give it up for Mike Zimmer for making an adjustment, keeping the New York Giants at the end zone. Yeah, I definitely have to say that was great to see that we actually kept them at the end zone. You know, make an adjustment. I don't know what Mike Zimmer did. I'm sure Mike Zimmer had some harsh words for his defensive players. I'm sure he had some harsh words. That sometimes correction comes by grilling your team or giving them a self-check. And that self-check can come through harsh words like get your butt in gear, get your finger out your nose or whatever, however that they do that. But to get this defense motivated, sometimes that's what you have to do. So, let's get into the three things Cowboys must do when facing these Pittsburgh Steelers. So, first of all, offense have to become more creative. They have to become more creative. We need more involvement with our receivers. I mean, we looking at Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook is an individual that goes for 1,000 yards per season. Here, the past 2 seasons, that hadn't been the case. So we asked ourselves, why isn't Brandon Cook being involved in the offense as he should? Well, ask Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup was the same one. Michael Gallup was a scapegoat. If you ask me, I still believe that Michael Gallup was a scapegoat because they're saying that he wasn't being productive. It's hard being productive in a system that does not implement outside of your primary receiver and your secondary receiver. And I say that to say this, our secondary receiver is our tight end. And this is the way this offense is built. This offense is built to throw to CD, your primary receiver, and throw to your secondary receiver, in which is Jake Ferguson. Now, anybody else outside of that, Jalen Tolbert, Brandon Cook, these are guys to check down, or if we, but that's where we are with this offense. This offense is very, very, very basic. It needs to have more creativity. I truly believe that Kevontae Turpin needs to be added more into this offense, or we need to create more motion, more involvement with our running game, which we did see the screen actually works. We actually implemented the screen back into the game. Where has it been? Have no idea. Does it take pressure like this in order for Mike McCarthy to dig deep in his bags of tricks and see what actually works? I guess so. But this is how Rico Dowdle was able to score. He scored off of a screen pass. So hopefully Mike McCarthy noticed that the screen passes are something that we need to continue to implement on this offense. Not only that, but we need to continue to implement Hunter Luepke. We also got to continue to implement Zeke. Now, let me say this about Zeke. Zeke, I have come to understand, because I've been asked this question, why Zeke isn't being used as often as he should. I really think Zeke should be ahead of Deuce Vaughn. For whatever reason, I have no idea, but this is the thinking of Mike McCarthy. And I think this was the reason Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers had a falling out, because Aaron Rodgers stood up like a man and said, this is not working. And until Dak does the same thing and say, you know what, I have to take this offense on my back and lead us into the end zone. But for whatever reason, Mike McCarthy is doing some I don't know, strange or things that just don't make sense. And one of those strange things is having Deuce Vaughn play in front of Zeke. So I say that to say this. Now with Zeke, I think what has happened, Zeke has been made a situational running back. I think it's disrespectful. I really do. I think it's disrespectful that you got a guy that had rushing titles and Pro Bowler and things like that's all pro, and you got him as a situational running back. So that's where we are. That's just it is what it is. But this offense has to be more creative. We have to get the ball spread around more. I think really and true with this offense, we need to go with an up tempo. We need to go into what I call a NASCAR offense. I noticed one thing about this offense when we allow them to huddle. This is what slows down the offense versus Dak running to the line, in an up tempo mode and moving the ball. This is when Dak is better. This is when Dak is a good quarterback when he's lining up. And again, you guys watch this for yourself. When we played against Baltimore, even though it was about the only reason we were able to come back in the game, and people might say the game was over, but it was because of the up tempo, what I call NASCAR offense. Get to the line, run the plays. So until Mike McCarthy realizes that you're not needed, we just need you to manage the game. Allow Dak to stay in the up tempo offense, NASCAR, and when he find himself in a jam, then you implement your offense. But allow Dak to run to the line, run his offense. Allow him to make the calls from the line of scrimmage. And I think that's just a little bit better for this offense. Now, number two, defense must use more of a disguise scheme. And I say that because right now we run a basic 4-3 concept. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 2 cornerbacks, 2 safeties. And a lot of times these safeties stay back there in a cover 2 for whatever reason. But I need Mike Zimmer to actually disguise this scheme for next Sunday. I think I would probably use Micah Parsons more at the linebacker along with Overshown because these guys are fast. With Justin Fields and Najee Harris in the backfield. So they're fast. It's going to be a fast offense. So it's not more about trying to no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But let me just say this. I think it would be a better scheme with Micah Parsons at the linebacker position. But again, we have to disguise the scheme. We have to figure out who's going to play this cornerback position. AO, I mean, maybe. Andrew Booth I'm sorry, he's just not the answer. But again, this is what we're going to need. We need to disguise this defensive scheme, make this young quarterback guess or make the decisions at the last minute to make a choice of who to throw and when to throw and how to throw it. But I think this will confuse Justin Fields more. And again, we need to keep a spy. We need to keep a spy on the quarterback as well because we know that Justin Fields will take off. So again, this is going to be something Zimmer's going to have to do. So with this 4-3 defense, it's more, we see the 4-3, you need run stoppers. Right now, these players that we have, they're all pass rushers. We do not have the run stoppers in position because these are Dan Quinn players. So we're trying to complement the type of defense that Dan Quinn wants to have. So again, this is going to be something that not Dan Quinn, but Mike Zimmer is going to have to be creative at disguising the scheme. So again, this game is going to fall more on the coaches to this point. Now, what falls more on the players is penalties. Didn't see too much penalties on the defensive side of the ball as much as we saw on the offensive side of the ball. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have two different type of coaches. Mike Zimmer holds his guys accountable. Mike McCarthy, he just moves on to the next play. And this is why these penalties happen. Now, Mike McCarthy, you know that this kid, Tyler Guyton, is a rookie. He's going to have his hands full. Now, we know that J.J. Watt plays on, not J.J., The TJ Watts plays on the opposite side, but I'm sure they might match him up against the Rook. So now this is where the planning of Mike McCarthy has to come in, to where this offense is going to have to look totally different, because you're going to have to give Tyler Guyton some help. If not, we're going to continue to get the penalties, and it's going to continue to hurt the offense. So we have to see the preparations of Mike Zimmer and Mike McCarthy on how they prepare for this game on next Sunday. Okay? So this weekend, we've already got our game out the way. We can sit back and watch football and watch what goes on, which we all need to watch the Pittsburgh game, see what it is that we can do differently in order to contain them, keep them out the end zone, and also for our offense to move the ball to get in the end zone. Okay? So those are the three things that this Cowboys team has to do in order to be successful against Pittsburgh Steelers. Number one, we got to stop the penalty. Mike McCarthy, you're going to have to start holding your offensive lineman or whoever on this offensive side of the ball accountable for their action. If they can't do the damn job, get someone else in. Let their ass sit on the sideline and get their head straight, and then put them back in. But Mike, you cannot continue to just allow these penalties to go on. And let's not rely so much on our kicker. Now, we did see Brandon Aubrey kick a 60 yard or something like that. It was a little scary, because when he drove that ball through, he slipped. I think it was that. But we got to be careful when using Brandon Aubrey, because we're stretching his leg, we're straining his leg to make these field goals, and we just have to be cautious. Use him when we need him only, but let's not rely on him, okay? We know what he can do, but let's not say, well, he can kick a 60, let him go for it. No, get the ball inside the red zone and score, and we don't have to rely on Brandon Aubrey so often, okay? But anyway, guys, that's my time on this Saturday morning, man. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me. But yeah, I just want to share what the three things is that the Cowboys must do in order to overcome the Pittsburgh Steelers on next Sunday. That is a big game. That is a bragging right game. And I'm hoping that this team knows this, and I'm hoping that the coaches knows this, that this is a big time game, and we need to bring everything that we got to pull this win off, or we'll be labeled again as the same old Dallas Cowboys. So with that being said, guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button right now. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Okay? Share this video and also hit the notification bell as well, so you will be notified when the next video is posted. We got an upcoming event coming up in November. We'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. Big tailgate party going on down there. So the Cowboy Huddle will be in attendance. So I'll give you more information about that in weeks to come. But we will be at the big Georgia Hitters, GA Hitters tailgate in November. And I'll put more information up about that. So I'm not going to hold you anymore. Thank you again, guys. Again, go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And like I always say, continue to stay safe and continue to be blessed. Deuces.